Yo, what's going on, guys? J Trades here. We're back with another video. Before this video gets started, shout out to Kanye West. Yes, sir. Let's get it. But anyway, this video is mainly going to be targeted towards those that are unemployed. So for those that don't know or are not, or maybe living under a rock, you guys know that the U.S. economy has not been great. The market has been tanking. We actually haven't crashed yet. Okay, everyone thinks we've crashed when we've only been down, I think, like 6%. Okay, I think the crash, if it does crash, it's going to be a 22% crash. Okay, which is pretty significant, I'll say for sure. It's going to hurt some people's pockets for sure. That is why I day trade though, so I don't do long term. So there's that. But anyway, nonetheless, this video is going to be geared towards those that are unemployed in 2024 because of the bad and awful job market. They can't get a job. They applied everywhere. You have a degree, like you maybe even have a master's degree. You can't get a good job because there's no fit for the salary you're looking for, or you're just looking for too much and no company has offered that compensation back to you. They don't value you as an employee. You're just a tool to make them millions of dollars while you're slaving at work. Now, 9-to-5s are good options for those that have families, okay? That makes sense to me because stable income. But I'm here to tell you guys an alternative route for those that are unemployed out of a 9-to-5 or maybe unemployed out of college graduation. This alternative route is called trading. And more specifically, what I do is day trading. Now, I know as soon as you hear that, you're probably gonna click off the video because every time someone hears about trading, what do they think of? They think of pump and dumps, crypto, Bitcoin, right? All these things. And it's just not the case. Now, yes, that's a major headline of trading, but what I do is nothing related to that. Nothing related to small caps, penny stocks, pump and dumps, crypto. I don't do any of that. All I do is actually just trade gold. Okay, gold is something very valuable, first of all, and second of all, it's very stable. Okay, you guys know how gold is, right? Gold is something that preserves it's like a real thing. It's not crypto where you can't touch it. You can touch gold, okay? I trade gold. I also trade oil. Oil is major. These are things that you guys can use your hands and touch, and we use, right? The things they're using is also made of gold, for example. Watches, at least, some are made of gold. Gold is a valuable asset. Many people, I think, at least own physically. Oil, not much to say. You know, you need oil to drive your car to work. Okay. I also trade Euro USD, which is the Euro versus the USD. Okay, two biggest major currencies. Debatable now on major currencies, but one of the biggest major currencies of the economy. And then last but not least, I trade SPY, which is ES, and it can also be it's somewhat related to NQ, which is tech related. But you guys should know what SPY is, at least when I mentioned that, right? You guys know a lot of people have their money in SPY because SPY is in an ETF that is very, very stable and generates people 10% passive annual income per year. But that is clearly not even enough. For sure, actually, it's not enough to make you like a living. You're not going to make a living off holding SPY as passive income. That's just impossible. Unless you had maybe $1 million in there, right? You make maybe 10%, 100K a year passive, you know? But you also have to take that money out, pay for bills, things like that, right? Living costs. So it's something to keep in mind there. But most people are not at the area where they just have $1 million floating cash to put into SPY, okay? Let's be honest here. Most people do not have that type of money. Most people are living paycheck to paycheck. And so that is when I embarked on my journey to day trading. Now I'm going to give a little bit insights into how I grew up. I grew up around low to middle income. I'll say between there let's just say middle income, okay? It wasn't the greatest place, but let's just say middle income. I grew up around middle income family, okay? Parents didn't really make much, minimum wage. There's a lot of struggle for me in school when I grew up, right? I couldn't really speak English until like 4th grade. I was in like, if you guys know what ESOL is or whatever, some English teaching program for those that can't speak or don't understand English. So I was in that for a big majority of my elementary school years. It was very hard to meet people, for me at least. Literally couldn't do much at all. School was horrible for me because could not learn properly since I didn't really understand and speak English, So it was very tough for me growing up, and I didn't have anyone else teaching me English at home as well. So there's that. It's another thing. And then as well as missing school because there's certain things that just have to be done on my end based on how I grew up. So yeah, there's a lot of things that I feel like my childhood is very different compared to majority of people, but that's what defines me anyway. I'm not gonna get to that too much, but basically in high school, my job to make an income, I guess you could say, part-time. Well, I did full-time during the summer, but my first job was basically working in a warehouse. I was working in a computer factory, to be specific. We were unloading cargo boxes. Okay, it was a lot of manual intensive labor. Had to install a lot of things on computers, had to look for cables, had to pack stuff, ship stuff, load into the trucks. For those that worked in a warehouse, mainly Amazon, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You guys know the exact struggle I'm talking about right now when it comes to working in a warehouse. It is not fun at all. It's very boring and tedious work, and you'll be dead and tired by the end of the shift. Trust. My shift, I think, was around 6 a.m. to like 2 or 3-ish. So, it just wasn't great, right? And then like a 15-minute lunch break, something like that, dude. It was bad. I was getting paid minimum wage there, like usual, high school student, can't ask much. I went from that to essentially trading because at that point I realized I can't do this no more. I have to find something that is gonna pay me more. I could care less if it's more stable or not. I just need something that pays me more. I would rather take something that's not as stable, it pays me $30K a month, than something that is very stable. I get paycheck every week or every bi-week or bi-weekly, but it's very little, right? Minimum wage is not good. It's not fun at all, trust. Especially working in those kind of environments is not good. I'm not gonna bring up too much about that, but yeah, I don't think I can. So yeah, but anyway, that's basically what I'm trying to say. I was in basically a pothole, right? My whole life. It wasn't good until I found trading. But when I found trading, that wasn't when my life completely changed, actually. When I found trading, it was very difficult because trading requires a lot of time and patience and screen time and experience, a lot of studying to get good at. It takes time to become profitable consistently and make a living off of it. Because here's the typical timeline. From my first year of trading, I was unprofitable. Okay, this was going through different strategies, different lessons, psychological. There's so many things that affected it. But after year one was when I started to see a lot of progress. Because year one is when you're dibbling dabbling, you're understanding things of trading. I put in 12 hours a day, roughly to 14 hours a day, just purely on trading, learning trading, executing trades, collecting data, which I didn't do actually until very later on, which I made videos talking about that as well. So feel free to watch those videos. But that was definitely for sure a big mistake. But I got into trading from like long-term investing. I sold everything I had long-term. Some of those things long-term actually tanked. So I'm glad I sold them. But some things also went up, like Nvidia. I bought like 200. But it's all good. It is what it is. You live and learn. But I don't regret my decisions one bit of shifting from long-term to short-term trading. Because short-term trading, I've been making way more money, way more consistent returns than long-term investing. And this is something I can prove my backtesting and live record results. If you guys are interested, feel free to DM me, ask for that. But yeah, so basically just get into it. I started first year unprofitable. I was learning from a lot of different people. It just wasn't working at all until I decided to make my own trading strategy. Because I was like, okay, none of these things are working. I need to collect my own data. I need to work on myself first. I need to do my own research. That's when I did my own research, started collecting my own data, and that's when I started becoming slowly more profitable. I started executing trades. Now, typically a timeline for traders is it could take you from 6 months to 5 years to become profitable. All depends on how much time you're putting in. For me, I grinded my butt off 14 hours a day. So it took me only about a year to become profitable. Okay. Most people do not have that time. And so it's not ideal to become profitable in a year. But I believe with the right mentor, I mentor as well, by the way. With the right mentor, I can get you profitable within 3 to 6 months max. And the reason why is because I have the experience and I know what works and what doesn't work. The problem with the timeline of being profitable is you don't know what works and you don't know what doesn't work, so you have to try it yourself. And that is the big problem, because that wastes you a ton of time. I wouldn't say time wasted, because at least I know what works and what doesn't, and I tell my students what works and what doesn't work. But to me, it was definitely very, very time consuming for sure. So there's that. And after you become profitable, okay, for someone unemployed, I want you to learn trading, because trading can change your life. It changed my life. It could change yours. If you put in the effort, it will change your life. Effort, time, money, all these things are costs and sacrifices we have to make. Just like college, you make a sacrifice of money and time to get a degree. It's the same thing with trading. There has to be some sacrifice made. You're not born profitable, okay? You're not going to expect to come in this industry and become profitable instantly. So just getting straight into it, really, after you become profitable from unemployed, you don't immediately make money. You immediately start making money, but it's not money where you can make enough to sustain a living, right? So that is why I highly recommend still continuing to find other sources of income while you're doing that. If you cannot, it's completely fine. You just have to have savings enough, right? And start growing your account, because trust me, compounding is insane. When you compound an account, you can grow it to so big, you won't even realize how crazy compounding is. Go on any compound calculator online, put in your trading stats, and you'll see how crazy it is when you compound your money. You can grow $1,000 to a huge account over a long period of time. So once you become profitable, you maybe will take about a year to get enough capital from just purely trading, by the way. This is purely trading capital, just compounding a small account. You have enough by the end of that first year, probably, depending on how good your trading strategy is and how good you follow your system, to basically go full-time and become a profitable full-time day trader. So usually I would say year 2 is very achievable to become fully profitable. Not fully profitable, but fully making a very good income from trading, because your capital is huge, right? 1% of 100K is a lot more money than 1% of $100. So keep that in mind. You're making the same percent returns, but you're making a lot more money because of the monetary value of your capital in your account. So that is for sure something I want to specify, right? When you become profitable, it's not something where instantly you start, making hella bread, you make $1 million. No, it takes time. And once that time goes by, you will hit that million mark. You'll hit that 6 figures, you hit 7 figures, and then you go from there and scale up, right? I'm not at 8 figures yet. That takes time. And also that is very, how do I say this? It's very psychological in a sense when you scale your account to huge numbers, because you'll be getting to a point where you're losing 10K in a day, or you're risking 10K per trade. So on a $1 million account, you're risking 1%. That's 10K per trade risk. So you could just imagine it's a big psychological change and shift you need to make if you wanted to compound that money. And also you face liquidity and fill issues and spread. So there's also other problems that come with a bigger position size. But that's not the point of this video. I just wanted to make this video to tell you guys, encourage you guys to get into trading for those that are unemployed, looking for something that can truly get them out of a job for the rest of their life. So as long as the market is there, and the market is going to stay here for a very long time. It's not going to go away. The market got digitalized around 20-ish years ago, okay? But it's been here for quite some time. And I don't think it's going to be going away. If it goes away, these companies don't have money to back them up, okay? And it just doesn't make any sense for the economy, for the market to disappear. Now, the market could shift from maybe digital to something else in the near future that we won't know about. But for now, I'm going to say you're completely foolproof safe, really, with this trading. Okay, I'll be trading, taking advantage of my trading income and save as much as possible as well in case something later on down the road happens with trading and the trading system changes. But that's why I encourage everyone to start trading as soon as possible from the right people, from the right mentor, because you want to take advantage of this opportunity and resources we have now before it is almost too late. There's no such thing as too late, but you always want to start early, because trust me, when you start early with trading, you compound your account to huge numbers before you know it. So start now, you become a millionaire much faster, not really faster, but much more earlier than if you decide to hold, and have this mindset of not trying to invest in yourself and later on start trading. Then it's like you wasted all those years when you could have been a millionaire already. So that's it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. This is my personal opinion from someone that was working a job, so not necessarily unemployed, but someone that was working a job that just most people can probably get. Today, I don't know, because the economy probably it's not the best. I'm not sure about the job market from my personal experience today, but I just heard from other people, that my friends that do work a job, it's very bad. Okay, so that's it for basically today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.